Hello everyone and welcome to my first ever YouTube video. I'm recording my voice through my phone because I cannot get the audio to work on this laptop. Today we will be explaining the next semester taxi cab theory. This goes along with the 21 Pilots lore. Taxi cab being one of the first songs ever put out for the band 21 Pilots. It is on the first ever album from 2009, December 2009. I think it's the 29th of December. I could be very wrong. Do not trust me. So Taxi Cab is a song about, it's very religious, I will admit. It is about Tyler, the creator of this song. This is all metaphorical, by the way. So he is standing in the road and he's like, "Aw, shit, I'm about to get run over." And so here's the car, right? And it's heading straight for him, and then it's like, he gets hit, right? Okay. And then, so what happens is he on the ground, he's out, okay? And so, also the car that hit him, metaphorically, it is a hearse, so like, one of those cars that like carry corpses for like funerals and shit. At least I think that's what it is. Do not trust me on a lot of this. And so it is chosen to be a hearse because it is supposed to represent how he is dying. And it's like just explaining how he was already dead. Like, I don't like metaphorically, you know what I mean? And so he is lying in the road and a taxi cab pulls up. Well, okay. I do want to set the scene. The guy in the hearse, he's trying to figure this shit out. He's grabbing a map. He is like, what do we do? Here's his map. All right. Because how am I supposed to get you to be safe? Right? But we're in the middle of fucking nowhere. And a taxi cab pulls up. This is supposed to represent religion, faith, God. And so it is perfectly planned. The taxi cab is still in the middle of nowhere. It's not supposed to be there. And in this cab is 3 men. And these men, they're supposed to represent the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Okay? This is all my personal opinion. I will try to get that through. And they pick him up, and as he's in the taxi cab, he tells this story of, like, there's basically a long poem in this song about how he was revived and he came back alive while in the cab trying to get somewhere safe, that being the morning sun. And to quote the song exactly, it says, I could say this off memory. Then there were 3 men up front. All I saw were backs of heads, and then I asked him, am I alive or well, or am I dreaming dead? And then one turned around to say, we're driving toward the morning sun, where all your blood is washed away and all you did will be undone. And this is supposed to represent a new beginning. And you know what else is supposed to represent a new beginning? This song, Next Semester, which is a new song put out in 2024. I think it was early 2024. It has been so long already. I'm kind of losing my mind about it, I will admit. So Next Semester is kind of reminiscing on this same event, but before it actually happened. And so he tells the story about how he doesn't know what's going on, and he is standing in the middle of this same street, and the car is coming towards him, and he explains how this car, the person in this car, I'm assuming it is the person with the map. I am assuming this person also drives around and says, like, start fresh next semester, which is, starting fresh is, like, the meaning, it is the moral of this song. And, well, not moral, that's not really what moral means, but I do have a lot of other things to back up my statement, which is why why I have created this board on my iPad. So what we're supposed to get through here is taxi cab is immediate post attempt. So here's the attempt. It is after. And it is reminiscing, okay? And next semester is supposed to reminisce of, well, this isn't, okay, this is supposed to be reminiscing. This is while it is happening. This taxi cab was created years ago, and it was while Tyler was still in this state of mind. And so he is explaining his thoughts as they are happening. And next semester is created like a lot of years later, almost a decade later. Well, over a decade later. And it is reminiscing from before this attempt happened or as it was happening, and not like actually after it. So the attempt, it is just telling the story of how this all happened. Okay. So when the taxi cab picked him up from the road, we can tell how this happened through the lyrics. In next semester, it says, "Hey kid, get out of the road." That is also what he heard when it says, "But these you heard in the taxi cab." In Taxi Cab, the song. And we also have the repeating lyrics of saying the word home. And in next semester, home is representing death. Sorry, I'm trying to... My handwriting is not looking very good right now because I am trying to... whatever. And in Taxi Cab, home represents living. And we get that. In next semester, it says, "I prayed those lights would take me home." And he's saying he prays that these lights would hit him because this was during the attempt. And praying also goes back to how this song is about religion. And in Taxi Cab, it says home is being alive, and it says, "Don't be afraid, we're going home," which is the very beginning of the song, where I feel like it is God talking to Tyler. So that backs up my statement from before. When the taxi picked him up from the road, he said, checked his watch and grabbed a cab, a beautifully planned taxi cab that shows when he was being picked up. And it says, "Hey kid, get out of the road." He's picking him up from the road. There's also 3 repeating lyrics in each of the songs. In next semester, it says, "I don't want to be here, I don't want to be here, what's about to happen, what's about to happen," and that repeats 3 different times in this song. And in Taxi Cab, the repeating lyrics are, "I said don't be afraid, I said don't be afraid," 3 times each song, right? And there's a lot of lyrics that correspond with each other in this. We have stand up straight now in next semester, and that corresponds with then I sat up off the floor in taxi cab. Okay. And then I remember certain things, and in the song next semester, and that corresponds to this whole story that is a long poem at the end of taxi cab, right? And let me see. I can feel my legs, I might suffocate. There's a pressure in my chest, which is said in next semester, and that corresponds with the lyrics, and I found the breath I was searching for when he is on the ground in this cab. In next semester, it says, can't change what you've done, start fresh next semester, and that corresponds with, we're driving toward the morning sun, where all your blood is washed away and all you did will be undone. That's basically all I have for right now, but I just want to explain that I'm not schizophrenic. This might not help my case, actually, but I do believe that when we are studying the album Clancy, I want you to consider the self-titled album. There's a lot of things that tie together, especially in Isle of Flightless Birds, and I will say, I feel as though a car, a torch of death is very, very important in this storyline in Clancy, especially when you consider the original Clancy and not just the new one, the persona that Tyler took on after the original Clancy died. And we can see the dead Clancy in the Overcompensate music video at the end when they pull the mask off the body. I have a lot of ideas to share, but I must refrain for now because that is ideas for a separate time when I actually have something ready to explain myself. I am not schizophrenic, nor am I going crazy.